What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dad by Garage. If you have been paying attention, it's been a few months since I posted last. The last episode that I posted was of me driving this for the first time. Well, it's been a couple months since then, and since then, the car has developed some issues that I was hoping wouldn't happen, but they did. But I did get a decent amount of pulls and some time out of driving this thing, getting it dialed as far as the boost controller, making sure everything doesn't leak, which seems to be doing fine so far. But a big issue that has kept me from making videos and posting is the fact that this car developed a rod knock shortly after the pulls you saw in the last video. Whoops. So it has been pretty much sitting. Haven't really touched it a whole lot. Just kind of got unmotivated after that happened because obviously I couldn't prevent it, but being that it is the bottom end that has to come apart, basically I gotta take quite a bit of the car apart to either diagnose if I need to pull the motor or if I can just get away with swapping bearings, all that stuff. But with school and the holidays and everything, I just really didn't have a lot of time. So I didn't really get a chance to do that. Plus, with everything being in shortages right now, it took a little while to get the bearings and everything else, just in case that is what's wrong. I can swap everything out, and then we're good to go after that, hopefully. So, got all new rod bolts, bearings, pan gasket, everything else. Once we drop the subframe to replace all that, even though the pan gasket's new, still gonna replace it. But today's episode is not going to be about that car, but it's actually going to be about my daily driver. It is a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo E with the trail rated package. So it's got some fancy things like a block heater, skid plates, knobby tires on it. It's got Wrangler or Goodyear Wrangler Adventurer or whatever the type or whatever the factory tires are that come on the trail rated package. So actually going to be getting rid of the factory wheels and tires, not rid of them, but taking them off, replacing them with some more aggressive wheels and tires, something's better for winter. The tires were getting a little bald anyways, so decided to get new tires at the same time. Plus it's hard to find 18-inch, well, not hard to find 18-inch tires. 18-inch wheels and tires are more expensive. And the 17s I went with, I downsized because I wanted a more aggressive look. So the tire I wanted to go with was a little bit cheaper in the 17. So, but we'll go outside. It is about 15 degrees here in Michigan, so it's gonna be pretty cold. And I will show you what we're working with here. All right, so this is my 2018 Grand Cherokee Laredo E, like I said, with the trail rated package. So as you can see, the factory wheels, those are 18s with the Goodyear Wranglers, and they don't have very much tread left on them. They're about 5/32 when I measured them. So they're like at the bare minimum you need for ice and stuff like that. So I thought it was a good time to upgrade them. And I will show you right here what we're dealing with. So these are, let me get to, okay, so the wheels are a RockTrix RT115 or 115, however you want to say it. And these are a 17x9 with a -12 offset, so they should be pretty aggressive as far as how far they stick out. The factory ones, I believe, are a +40. But they're only, I think, 8 wide or something like that. So when I test fitted these, they stuck out probably about a 1/2 inch to an inch past the trim here, this black piece here. So when I put these on, they should be pretty close to I mean, not pretty close, they will stick out. So, but as you can see in the sunlight, they're pretty sparkly bronze. All right, and the Falken, or the tires are Falken, let's see if I can find it, the Wildpeaks AT3Ws, and they do have the 3-peak mountain snowflake on here, so they are rated for ice and snow, stuff like that. And you can see kind of the tread pattern. What allows that is like these grooves right here, so part of the tread pattern, so it makes them capable. Plus, compared to the factory tires, they don't have anything here for like side grip on the tire, so these will be a lot more aggressive. This will allow me to do stuff like overlanding or even just a little bit of off-roading at the ORV park. It's not too far from here, so. But gonna be quite an upgrade. These wheels I debated on making them that color, but then I decided they'd probably not look that good. Just because they don't really have like a lip or anything like that, where these have like the simulated bead lock. They have almost like the, for my BMW guys, they kind of look like the Turbo Max that are made by 1552, so I kind of like those because of that, but they have a lot more like different like curves and stuff in them, and rather than just being flat in the middle like the Turbo Max are. But I kind of liked it because of those. So, but I'm gonna get to installing these, so I will see you in just a minute. Alright, so I'm not going to show you these quite yet, but I just want to show you this. So, factory poke, chonky. Alright, hopefully you can hear me out here. It's a little windy, but drove it over to the local, like, there used to be a school here, but there's a big parking lot, so I could kind of get a test drive and park it out here so I can actually get all the way around the car. So drove it over here. Not a lot of noticeable road noise. It wasn't any worse than the ones that were on there, which wasn't bad at all. You can barely hear anything on the inside of the car, even with the windows down. Had a little bit of issue with rubbing, clearing some of the Dremel. Only really have an issue with it when you're driving slow. It'll catch when you're backing out of the driveway, anything like that. But for the most part, it drove great. It's definitely beefy. Don't even notice the difference driving it though. So let me get you turned around and I will show you everything. So it's definitely not clean. Obviously it's winter, there's salt on the ground already, but the wheels look great on the car even though it's all dirty. So I'll flip you around here. Let's just see what they look like. All right, so here it is in the shadows. You can see they're just bronze. They look pretty good though for the most part, I think. I'm actually super excited with this combo. They are factory size. They end up being 265, 65, 17, which the factory ones are 285, 60, 18. So went down a wheel size, but kept the tire size about the same. So, and as you can see, like I said before, there's quite a bit of poke, but I think it adds to the vehicle. So here's the side that I really like, because the bronze really comes out, the flake in there. They are matte bronze, so the color comes out a lot better with the bronze than my choices between this were this and black. So black everybody does, and I feel like these wheels would have looked a little goofy in black, so I decided to go with the bronze. I think you guys will agree that this looks a lot better than the black ones, especially with the fake bead lock and, like I said, the Turbo Mac look. So there'll be more coming. I do have a leveling kit, so we'll bring the front up a little bit. As you can see, it's raked out a little bit right now. So the trimming I had to do is actually in here. See if I can kind of show you that a little bit, so you can kind of see that rivet hit, and that is not clean right now, but it is cold outside, so it's kind of hard to keep my hand steady while I'm doing that. So here's the other side. You might be able to see a little bit better. I think this side went a little smoother actually. It does still catch, like I was saying, at low speeds and stuff like that, but when you're driving, it doesn't seem to catch too bad while it's moving. So it might not be an issue, it might be an issue. If it does end up popping one of these off, I might opt to go flares and just get rid of this altogether and trim all this out. But that's the real place it hits. It does hit back here at full lock just a little bit. Just the back edge of the tire rubs it. But realistically, you're probably not gonna be full lock very often in this, especially street driving. So I really wouldn't worry about that too much. And if you do, it's a smooth surface. It doesn't catch on it, it just rubs it. So as far as the backs fit perfect. They don't come anywhere close to hitting brakes. I mean, there's clearance all the way around, especially with that -12 offset. The front ones, I thought I was gonna have an issue with, but they're actually like perfect. There's tons of daylight around them. They don't come anywhere close to hitting. And again, with the -12 offset, it brings them so far forward, you don't have to even worry about it coming close to the caliper. So all in all, these are great wheels and tires. I think a lot of people go with the Falkens. The RockTrix wheels, I hadn't actually seen a Grand Cherokee with these wheels yet, so I was really curious how they were gonna look, and I actually think this is probably my favorite wheel and tire combo I've got on any of my cars right now anyways, at least for the time being. But yeah, so these are gonna be super fun. Won't do the leveling kit until the summer, or at least early spring when it gets a little warmer, because I've got a couple of projects in the garage and the white car's in there. I'll have that apart. Hopefully next video you guys see will be of that. But other than that, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Like I said, hopefully I'll get the E36 apart. I'll have to drop the subframe, check everything out, get the engine bar attached. I've got rods and rod bolts and stuff like that. Hopefully the crank and the rods aren't scored too badly, and hopefully one of the bearings did not go under another bearing, because then it's definitely going to be metal on metal contact, which then the motor will definitely have to come out. I'm hoping I can just clean it up enough that I can just put bearings in it and torque everything properly and go from there. So if you'd like to see more videos on the daily, just let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dad By Garage Official, or Facebook, just Dad By Garage. And we'll see you next time.